The airport hums with its usual rhythm heels clicking on tiles. Rolling suitcases buzzing like tiny engines and loudspeaker announcements echoing into the glass-walled terminal. But beneath that ordinary morning calm, something dangerous is brewing. And only one soul in the entire building senses it: a K-9 named Bolt, his handler. Officer Daniel Reyes doesn't know it yet. But today will change both their lives forever. I share new stories here every day, and I would really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and liked my video. Now, let's jump back into my story. I'm sure you will love it if you keep listening till the end. Bolt, a powerful Belgian Malinois with amber eyes, sharp enough to read danger in a heartbeat, walks beside Daniel with disciplined grace. They've worked together for 5 years of raids, bomb threats, narcotic searches, and silent understanding that words could never replace. To Daniel, Bolt isn't just a partner. His family morning light filters through the massive airport windows, painting the spotless marble floor in soft gold. Travelers move like tides, families with strollers. Rushed businessmen gripping coffees. Tourists snapping photos beneath the departure signs. Daniel adjusts his cap. "Just another patrol, buddy," he murmurs. Bolt's ears twitch in acknowledgement before he sniffs the air lightly, as if catching the whisper of a secret. Daniel notices but dismisses it at first. Dogs smell 1,000 things in airports. Still, a flicker of unease nudges him. Bolt rarely reacts unless there's a reason. They walk past security checkpoints. A flight to Dubai has just finished unloading. A wave of passengers flows toward immigration. Amid the blur of faces, one woman stands out, not because of her beauty, but because of how she moves. A tall woman in her late 20s, wearing a light brown coat over a long floral dress, slips calmly through the crowd. Her shoulders are slightly hunched, her movements slow, cautious, almost rehearsed. She clutches a small duffel bag with both hands. Her long hair hides half her face. Dark sunglasses shield the other half. Bolt freezes, his body stiffens. Tail straight, nose lifting sharply toward her like a radar locking on a signal. Daniel stops mid-step. "What is it, Bolt?" The dog doesn't respond with a bark, just a slow, intense stare fixed on the woman as if no one else exists. His breath deepens. His muscles coil. Daniel follows Bolt's gaze and watches the woman step toward the security line. Something about her feels wrong. She keeps her head down. Her fingers tremble lightly against the bag strap. And when she pauses near the screening area, Daniel notices a faint metallic sound, most like tiny pieces shifting inside the bag. Bolt suddenly releases a low growl. Not aggressive, not warning, more like fear. Daniel's heartbeat kicks up. He knows that growl. Bolt only makes that sound when there's danger disguised. Beneath innocence, the woman hands her passport to an officer. Her breathing quickens. Her legs wobble slightly. Then, just as the officer scans her documents, Bolt barks loud, sharp earth dash shattering. Heads turn. People gasp. The terminal freezes. The woman jumps, clutching her stomach as if struck by lightning. "Please," she cries. "Make him stop. I haven't done anything." But Bolt isn't barking at her. He's barking at something inside her. Daniel steadies his partner, his eyes locked on the woman. A chill slides down his spine. "Ma'am," he calls out firmly. "I need you to step aside for a moment." Her face drains of color. Her lips tremble. Her grip tightens around her stomach, as if protecting something. Bolt growls again, louder, and Daniel realizes in one terrifying instant that whatever Bolt senses isn't luggage. It's in her body, and it's not a baby. Asterisk panic spills through the terminal like smoke. Travelers pull their children close. A man drops his suitcase. An elderly woman presses her hand to her chest. Bolt keeps barking loud, urgent, relentless, as if begging the world to understand a danger only he can detect. Officer Daniel Reyes raises both palms toward the crowd. Everyone, stay calm. Security, clear this area now. The woman trembles, clutching her stomach with both hands. Please, she gasps. I'm pregnant. You're scaring me? But her voice cracks strangely, not like someone protecting a child, but someone hiding something. Two security officers approach cautiously, guiding her toward the private screening room behind the gates. The moment they touch her arm, she winces sharply, as if the slightest pressure hurts Daniel walks behind them, Bolt tugging on the leash with desperate intent. Inside the small, sterile room, the woman collapses into a chair. Beads of sweat trickle down her temples. Her breaths come in fast, shallow bursts. A female officer kneels beside her. Ma'am, we just need to run a quick scan. Everything will be okay. No. No. Her voice quivers. Don't scan me. Please don't scan me. Daniel's eyes narrow. Bolt is pacing, nose pointed at her abdomen, whining with fear not aggression. Daniel steps closer. Ma'am, what's inside your stomach? Her eyes snap open wide, terrified. Bolt barks once, violently, as if answering for her. The medical screener enters with a handheld scanner. She moves it toward the woman's belly. Before the device even touches her, the woman lets out a piercing scream. Stop. It's going to burst. Everyone freezes. Even Bolt goes silent. The screener pulls back instantly. What's going to burst? She demands. The woman gasps, clutching her abdomen. I didn't want this. They forced me. They said if I backed out. My son, my 6-year-old day. Her voice breaks into uncontrollable sobs. Daniel's anger flares. Who forced you? What did they make you carry? Before she can answer, she arches forward in the chair, crying out in agony. Bolt leaps toward her, barking frantically, then backing away as if sensing something deadly beneath her skin. The screener grabs the emergency radio. Medical, now. We have a possible internal chemical reaction. The door bursts open. Paramedics race in with a stretcher. They check her pulse, weak and erratic. She's crashing. One of them shouts, "We need to move." Bolt growls at the stretcher, not in aggression, but warning them that they are inches from disaster. As the paramedics lift her, something happens that no one expects. Her belly shifts naturally, not like a baby kicking, not like muscle spasms, but like something inside is sliding out of position. A metallic clink echoes inside her belly. The entire room goes silent. Daniel whispers, horrified, "That wasn't a bone. Or a baby." The lead paramedic's face turns pale. "Load her up, now." Bolt barks as they roll her toward the door. But then the woman reaches out, gripping Daniel's wrist with shocking strength. Her eyes stare into his with raw terror. It's not a child. It's a container, she chokes out. A fake womb, full of liquid narcotics. One compartment ruptured. It's poisoning me. Daniel feels his blood run ice cold. Who put it there? He asks urgently. She swallows, tears streaming. A man named Viktor Hale. He has more women coming today. 2 flights. Afternoon arrivals. Her grip loosens. Her head drops back. Please, save them. They don't know what's inside them. The paramedics rush out with their stretcher. Daniel looks down at Bolt, whose ears are pinned back in dread. We're not dealing with one woman, Daniel whispers. We're dealing with an entire trafficking operation. Bolt barks once sharp, determined. The real hunt has just begun. The ambulance sirens fade into the distance as Officer Daniel Reyes stands frozen in the hallway outside the screening room. Bolt paces in front of him, nose to the ground. then lifting toward the doors as if tracking the scent of the woman who had just been taken away. Daniel clenches his jaw. The woman's final words echo like thunder. 2 more women. Today, they don't know what they're carrying. He taps his radio. Control, this is Reyes. Lock down all incoming flights from Istanbul and Madrid immediately. We have an active smuggling operation in progress. A tense moment passes. Then the commander's voice crackles through the speaker. Copy that. Initiating gate lockdown. All units move to high alert. The airport shifts instantly. Security officers rush to positions. Passengers are redirected. The calm hum of a normal day dissolves into controlled tension. Bolt's ears flick sharply toward the arrival gates. He senses what Daniel cannot see. What no machine could detect, something or someone is coming. 30 minutes later, Flight 229 from Istanbul begins unloading. Daniel positions himself at the front of the crowd, Bolt at heel, tense but silent. The stream of passengers moves slowly. Families, business travelers, tourists. All normal, then Bolt stops. His muscles stiffen. His nostrils flare. His tail lowers. Daniel follows his gaze. A woman in a gray coat steps into the terminal. She's short, with a scarf wrapped loosely around her neck. Her hand rests protectively on her swollen belly. She smiles politely at a flight attendant but takes oddly careful steps, as if each movement is rehearsed. Bolt growls deep. Urgent, Daniel's heart kicks into high gear. That's one, he whispers. He signals to officers. Detain her, gently, and keep her standing. No pressure to the abdomen. The woman freezes as soon as she sees the uniformed officers approaching. What's happening? She asks, voice shaking. I just got off the plane. I'm pregnant, please. But her panic isn't maternal. It's fear of being discovered. When an officer touches her arm, she flinches violently, almost dropping to her knees. No. Don T, touch me. Please. I don't feel good. Then it happens. A small, metallic click sounds from her midsection. Every officer hears it. Bolt erupts into frantic barking, not attacking, but warning them to stay away. Daniel steps forward, voice steady but urgent. Ma'am, we're going to escort you to medical. Now, you are not under arrest. You're in danger. Her eyes widen with horror, her hands gripping her stomach. It's the same as the others, she whispers. Isn't it? Daniel nods grimly. She breaks down crying as they guide her carefully toward a stretcher. Bolt walks beside her, whining softly. Sensing the threat hidden inside her body, another life saved. For the moment. But the operation isn't done, as the woman is taken away. Daniel receives a new update through his radio. Reyes, the Madrid flight just landed. Your suspect may be in the crowd. Daniel feels a spark of adrenaline. Bolt, we're up. They run toward the second arrival gate. The terminal is crowded, noisy, chaotic, the perfect place for a smuggler to blend in. Bolt scans every face, every bag, every movement, then he stops dead. A man in a dark suit stands by the exit, nervously checking his watch. He carries a sleek briefcase and keeps glancing toward the passengers exiting the customs. Area Bolt growls. Daniel's instincts ignite. That's not a pregnant woman, he mutters. That's the handler. He signals for officers. Detain the man in the black suit. Secure the briefcase. The man sees them coming and bolts. He sprints toward the escalators, shoving people aside. Officers chase him. Bolt lunges forward, dragging Daniel behind him with explosive speed. The man reaches the bottom of the escalator. And Bolt leaps. He clamps onto the man's sleeve, pulling him to the ground with precision only a trained K9 could manage. The officers swarm in, inside the man's briefcase. fake passports, boarding passes, and a satellite phone. On the screen is the name, Viktor Hale. Daniel exhales shakily. Bolt, we found him. Or at least, his shadow. The real mastermind is still out there. Asterisk, the man Bolt tackled a handler lies cuffed on the polished airport floor. His expensive suit torn where Bolt's teeth gripped him. Officers collect the scattered documents, passports, and the satellite phone displaying the name Viktor Hale. But Daniel Reyes knows this isn't the end. This is just the doorway into the heart of the operation. Run a trace on that phone. Daniel orders. Bolt and I will sweep the secured zones. Bolt stands tall beside him, chest heaving. Eyes locked on the corridor as if the shadows themselves are whispering clues. And then the radio crackles. Reyes. We have an ID. Viktor Hale is inside the airport. Daniel stiffens. Inside. How long? Why? Bolt growls softly, as if answering. Because predators stay close to their prey. The airport goes into full lockdown. Glass doors seal shut with hydraulic hisses. Officers form barricades. Travelers murmur, confused and anxious. Daniel and Bolt move like a single unit, Daniel's hand tight around the leash. Bolt's nose brushing the air, hunting for a scent only he knows. Then Bolt stops. Completely, his ears shoot forward. His tail stiffens. He inhales once, twice. Then he bolts left, pulling Daniel with surprising force. They sprint through the staff corridor, past maintenance rooms and supply doors. Bolt leads with absolute certainty, paws hammering the tiles. Nails clicking like warning drums. They reach a service exit near the loading bay. A man stands there, dark beard, black jacket, cold eyes, talking calmly on a phone. Bolt releases a deep, primal growl, one Daniel has only heard when lives are at stake. The man turns slowly and smiles. Officer Reyes. He says, I've been expecting you. Viktor Hale, the architect of a smuggling empire built on desperation, on fear, on women who were never criminals, only victims. Daniel steps forward. Put your hands where I can see them. Viktor raises his hands. But one holds a small remote device. It's a shame, Viktor says. That dog is too smart for his own good. Bolt lunges not to attack, but to shield, because Viktor presses the remote, and a hidden case inside the bay door panel emits a faint metallic click, the same deadly click that had poisoned the first woman. A chemical dispersal device. If activated fully, dozens could die. Bolt leaps upward, body slamming Viktor's arm, knocking the remote from his hand. It clatters across the concrete floor. Officers rush in from behind, tackling Viktor, wrestling him into cuffs. Daniel runs for the device. Bolt barks at him a warning. Don't touch it, Daniel whispers. I know, buddy. A bomb technician arrives seconds later and neutralizes it. Viktor is dragged away, screaming threats that echo off the hangar walls. But his empire has crumbled. And Bolt saved them all. Hours later, the airport reopens. Reporters swarm outside. Cameras flash. Officers clasp Daniel's shoulder, thanking him. But Daniel knows the truth. It wasn't him, it was Bolt. The canine who felt danger before anyone else. Who smelled suffering beneath a disguise. Who saved not just victims, but even the very woman forced into the operation. Daniel walks outside to the quiet parking lot. Bolt sits beside him, finally calm, finally breathing freely after a day that almost broke them both. Daniel kneels in front of him. You didn't see criminals today, he whispers. You saw people in danger. You knew the difference when none of us could. Bolt tilts his head, those warm amber eyes softening. You saved them, Bolt, all of them. Even the ones who made mistakes. A warm breeze rustles through the trees. The airport lights glow like distant stars. Daniel's voice cracks slightly as he continues. You reminded me that doing what's right isn't always about the law. Sometimes it's about compassion. Sometimes it's about listening to the one voice brave enough to speak when everyone else stays silent. Bolt nudges his hand gently, tail swaying. And in that moment, Daniel realizes the greatest truth of all. Heroes don't always carry guns or wear badges. Sometimes they walk on for pause, guided by instinct, loyalty, and a heart that never hesitates to do what's right. The night settles softly around them. Another story ended. Another life saved. Another lesson learned. Bolt curls beside Daniel's feet as they prepare to go home to partners. One bond and a legacy of courage that will be told for years.